Good afternoon, this is the Monday wrap with my outsider Oscar and Barry here, and we're here to talk about idiots flouting the rules here NS, in NSW. While some states are getting prepared to have their restrictions, we're not quite so lucky. And to tell us more about that, joining me in the studio to discuss all this. Good afternoon, Oscar. Thanks for joining me here on the show.
Good afternoon, Barry. Thank you for having me on the show. Yes, we can talk about the some restrictions being lifted in other states. As you said, we're not there yet because of people flouting the rules.
And if people continue to do that, we will be in lockdown even longer, which we don't want to see happen. Here's my outsider now for his opening sequence about how disappointing it is when people flout the rules. Here's my outsider to take up the story.
Yes, as Barry was saying, it's very disappointing that people are breaking the rules because it leaves people like yourself and myself very frustrated because we've done the right thing, and it means we'll be locked down even longer and the government won't trust anyone.
So thanks to you idiots out there flouting the rules, that is disgraceful. Here's my outsider.
Yes, you haven't helped anyone in this situation. We need to stay calm, stay together, and get through this together, and hopefully we'll be one of the states who would have some rules relaxed eventually.
But like I said, I've been saying ever since the lockdown began 4 weeks ago, it is a long road. But the way some people have handled it, this is a huge joke to them. Here's my outsider.
Yes, as Barry said, it's a situation we've never been in before for a long, long time, so it's very new for a lot of people. And it's also very frustrating. You can't see family, you can't see friends, you can't go away. But the rules are in place for a reason.
And as I said, like if you're gonna be an absolute idiot and keep flouting the rules, the lockdown will be in place for much longer. Here's my outsider.
Yes, as Barry said, if you keep doing that, we will be in lockdown for longer than we wanted to or hoped, and we just don't want to see a big spike in cases over the next month at least.
So this is week 5 of the lockdown now. Week 6 is coming up next week. Week 7 the week after. Week 6 and week 8. So that's 2 months. Here's my outsider.
Yes, as Barry said, it's been a long haul for everyone. We've just passed a month. This is week 5 of the lockdown, and it looks like we will be here in May, maybe all the way till the end of May as well. But you have to stay positive, and hopefully, if people keep staying to the rules and understanding the rules, we'll be out of this maybe by June.
But don't be an idiot, guys, and flout the rules because you know what will happen? You will get a $1,000 fine, and even if you are driving around anywhere for no apparent reason, okay, that's a $1,100 fine. Here's my outsider.
Yes, as Barry said, our state hasn't given us permission to go for a drive yet without any reason, so we have to still stick to those rules. And you may be asked by a police officer or someone to say where you're going and show your license, and if you're not from that area, you may be asked to go home or you may get an on the spot fine if you are a repeat offender.
And we repeat, if you keep flouting the rules, guys, the train to recovery or the road to recovery will be longer, which we don't want. So please let's stop flouting the rules, guys, and being idiots and acting like 5-year-olds, because I don't want to have to keep mentioning this on the show, but after what has happened on Friday, Saturday, and yesterday, it's been quite a despicable act by some people. Here's my outsider.
Yes, as Barry was saying, especially on the beaches area, there had been a very large breach in social distancing where people had just all rushed to the beach and the promenades around the beaches. And unfortunately, they all had to be shut down as soon as they were open. We must be careful.
So, with rain setting in this week, as you can see, well, I can't see, but my outsider can see, we're going to be in for a bit of rain this week. Here's my outsider.
Yes, as Barry said, the weather has changed. It's getting a bit cooler now, so that'll deter people away. But that's not the point, as Barry was saying. The point is, please just stick to the rules, whether it's a very nice sunny day, whether it's not. And we'll have our freedom once again.
Because, like me and Oscar here, guys, we're going to keep bringing this message to you on this program until you learn. Some of you idiots, stop flouting the rules. Here's my outsider.
Yes, as Barry said, hopefully we don't have to keep repeating ourselves about it, but if we see in the news this continues, we'll just have to keep making our message clear that we want people just to stick to the rules.
And like, we don't want to sound like a broken record or a scratched disc and keep pressing the play button every time we hear something like this, but if you keep it up, we'll be doing it until it stops. And another thing I heard about was NRL players camping in large numbers. That's despicable. Here's my outsider.
Yes, as Barry said, they had some NRL players who did a large gathering on a camping trip, and obviously that was completely against the rules. And also, those players are meant to be respected in the community and also role models for young kids, and they're doing completely the wrong thing. I'm sure they'll get a big spot fine.
So hopefully with this rain about to set in, guys, please stay home, stay home, stay home. It is not a hard order to obey. For goodness sake, put away your car keys, get out your board games and stuff like that, and don't act like complete idiots and only go out for essentials. Here's my outsider.
Barry said, the key word there is to stay home, save lives, and hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, and people do stay home, we can all be lifted from these restrictions and go back to our normal daily life.
But until then, guys, we're just going to keep repeating the message to you once again because it has been a disappointing couple of days. I wrote to my CAD manager, Patrick, and I've emailed him a couple of the videos. And guys, if you're going to be an idiot, you will get more visits from the police and more points. He's my outsider.
Yes, as Barry was saying, you don't want to get any fines, but you will be visited by the police and you could have a criminal record as well, or you could actually be sent to jail.
With no luxury, just the slap on the wrist. Because I can't believe that some idiots are behaving like 5-year-olds in our state. People are thinking this is one big joke. Well, it's not. Here's my outsider.
They're saying people are thinking it's one big joke, not realising the consequences that are going by, and hopefully they'll will be dealt with and punished accordingly.
So this important message that we are bringing to you now, okay, please, we know it is frustrating. We know it's been a beautiful long weekend, but after the episode that was on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday yesterday, several police were not impressed. Here's my outside.
This is Barry saying, because of the nice weather and the restrictions were eased around the beaches areas, people use that as an excuse to all gather in mass gatherings and sit in groups and sunbake and all those sort of things, which clearly wasn't allowed. And the beaches had to be closed as soon as they were opened again.
So like my outsider and I have said, you have not got a reasonable excuse for being out, you will get a $1,000 fine, or if you're driving somewhere for no reason, that's $1,100. Okay, because this message we're giving to you now is vitally important. We want to get back to having a free life as soon as we can. We don't want to be cooped up here for the rest of 2020. Let's keep abiding by the rules, guys, so we can get out and about. Here's my outsider.
This is Barry said, I'll reiterate what he was saying, but yes, we want to get out and about and go back to our daily lives, and we also want to not be cooped up for the rest of 2020. We want to enjoy 2020 as much as we can, what's left of it, and we can't if people are flouting the rules.
So the message once more, please don't be an idiot. Don't flout the rules. Don't discuss people. And we won't have to keep repeating ourselves. Here's my outsider.
As Barry said, stick to the rules, stay home, be safe, and then we can all go back to it.
And don't spit at ambulance officers or police officers. Here's my outsider.
Yes, as Barry said, for the essential workers, please do not spit or yell or scream or cough or anything at them. That's a on the spot fine of $5,000.
And on that note, guys, it is almost time to wrap the show up. And just remember that if you are caught flouting the rules once more, the lock will be kept on the state of Queenslanders have been abiding by the rules. but you people sadly, my outsider and I are absolutely speechless. We cannot believe that some people have been so stupid. Is my outsider.
Yes, it's very sad. The other states are very lucky that they have some restrictions easing off. That's because they have been abiding by the rules. We need to stick to what we need to do, then we can do the same as other states. But for the moment, we're still.
To close the show this afternoon, if you are struggling, guys, the number is 13114 for Lifeline if you are sad. And don't forget to talk to someone if you are feeling down. Here's my outsider for his closing message on this.
As Barry said, it's a tough time, and you can be very isolated from family and friends if you are feeling down and need support. There's always, as Barry mentioned, that number, and always try and talk to anyone you possibly can.
And also eat the right food and drink the right liquid at this time. Here's my outsider.
Yes, as Barry was saying, we've seen a spike in alcohol consumption because people think that they're bored and that's all they can do to keep themselves happy.
And we'll take a break. Well, to close our show this afternoon, we'd just like to say, please stay home. Don't be an absolute idiot. Okay? And here's my outsider to bring you his closing message and farewell.
Please stay home, everyone. Even if you're tempted to go outside, we're all frustrated. Please stay home, and hopefully, in the next couple of videos or more, we could be talking about more positive things.
But in the meantime, don't keep flouting the rules and take care of you and look after your health as well because it is very important because like if you're in severe pain, I must help someone. Here's my outsider.
Yes, if you're in severe pain, please talk to your doctor. There's a little bit of pain, try to avoid going to the doctors, but if you need to, you can always call them up. If you're in very severe pain after hours, obviously call the ambulance.
So on that note, guys, it has been a rather disappointing show. We're sorry that I had to bring it to you and also ready, steady Oceana Cook. It has not happened again. And we do hope it will be kicking on, getting off the ground soon. But for those that are sick, we wish you a very speedy recovery. Okay, and here's my outsider to take us out with that message.
Yes, if anyone's sick, we wish you a speedy recovery, and we'll hopefully see you again soon.
And this program has been brought to us today by Acme. And remember, disinfect your hands, everybody, disinfect everything. Hygiene is important. Here's my outsider.
Keep your hands clean and just keep disinfecting and washing everything.
And Oscar, thanks for coming on the show, mate. And
My pleasure.
we look forward to your company on the next show. And we'll see you next Monday at the same time. But that's it from us. Time is 3:18. Okay, and the number that we rely on 24 hours a day, 000, please do not ring that number for unnecessary things. Here's my operator.
Yes, please keep that number free for emergencies only.
And on that note, thanks for your company this afternoon on the show. And we look forward to your company the next time round on the show. Here's my operator to say his farewell now.
Thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll see you later.
And what's your plan tomorrow, Oscar?
I'll be across the road. The other place.
So, we hope that you enjoy your day there.
Thank you very much.
So, until then, guys, until we speak to you again tomorrow in the studio, Barry Fairenoff and Oscar wishing you a very good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Oscar. Good afternoon, Oceania. Good afternoon, Australia. Bye for now.